All right, well, that works for me. So, Cook, jump off your game, my man.
Oh, I'll leave it running, but I'm not gonna play it
Yeah,
anymore.
Just gonna
get
sit
out
there.
of.
All right. So, welcome everyone. Well, I was expecting Caleb to be a bit more, so this is going to add to an interest. All right. Last time we left off was a somber hour-long session of a lot of action happening, and the players didn't get much of a chance to do too terribly much due to a fortunately climactic situation that involved Hawkins passing as well as over half the party, with Carl and Adrian also being cut down. And Teg, as well as a few other creatures, causing the party to pretty much power level from, level 11 to 16?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like level to 16.
Yeah.
And like any good DM with only 4 levels left in the campaign, and almost a full TPK, and might as well have been because now we're going to be down another player as Sigrun will be taking a step back for a little while, possibly out of the campaign completely. We make do with a very unique situation. So with Lucius and Sigrun finding themselves lost underground, the party kind of being only 2 members at this point. Lucius and Sigrun, you found yourselves in this long hallway with statues of angel-like creatures, and so kind of holding braziers of fire, lighting and illuminating the entire hallways that were made of just solid bricks and stones. After teleporting away from, Hawkins' final moments of, I would love to say self-sacrifice, but it's more was like just vengeance.
It was rage.
It was mad vengeance.
So while sacrificing himself to kill and get back at all those who had caused him any wrong, Sigrun and Lucius found themselves in this dungeon hallway. Not really having much of a decision at this point on what to do and not having any direction on which way to go at this point, the 2 of you set up camp and took a long rest. Taking shifts as far as on watch, and as the night goes on, you both manage to get a long rest together. However, you watch, Lucius, as your dagger crumbles in the night during your watch, your plus 18 dagger from earlier.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm having to scroll back through because I've been PM'd so much in the last couple days on what people were wanting to do for their intros. Give me a minute. Alright, so, let's start off, firstly, before I give the intro to the first 2 characters who arrive upon the morning, or what Lucius would assume is morning. Durali, would you both like to describe, or would you like to describe yourself real quick for us?
Yeah. Durali is about a foot tall. She is wearing half plate. She is a little phallus, almost pure black and mostly fur, except for her ear tips, which fade to white as they go up. She does obviously have cat-like blue eyes, and although she's not a bard, she is carrying a harp as if she is. And she's covered in a bunch of little baubles like figurines, a little books, and just a weird-looking little hoop sitting on her side. Just a lot of random shit.
Okay. And Kai, would you also like to introduce what your character looks like?
All right. So Kai is a 3'10", gray turtle. Really incapable of wearing much of anything besides just standard clothing. Does have a religious symbol for Bannermon, and is, when she is going to appear, she will be giving a constant smile no matter.
Okay.
I haven't been able to fully make a thing on Hero Forge, so
That's fully fair. All right. As the two of you come rushing through, kind of being sent through what looks to be a teleportation gate, after having discovered between the two of you an ancient chest that had a small but powerful figurine that had been supposedly lost for ages. However, upon opening it, a trap seemed to trigger from nowhere, causing you both to fall through an arcane gate, landing feet from where Lucius and Sigrun have set up camp, as the two of you find yourself in this long limestone bricked hallway with these angel statues holding these braziers. Both directions kind of go fading into the darkness and around corners as you come to see the two in camp.
Ow.
Where are we?
I don't know. The figurine didn't want to be my friend.
That seems to happen a lot.
Lucius,
I know.
you turn and you see these two just fall from the ceiling through a gateway, landing on the ground. Very strange looking creatures, and after all that you've seen, though, is truly not being a bother at this point.
Just going to observe.
Okay.
When Durali sees Lucius and Sigrun, she's going to run up with her arms to her side and we start doing laps while looking at everything they're wearing and stuff.
As the small toddler starts doing circles around Lucius and Sigrun, Sigrun kind of looks annoyed for a minute and huffs. During the night, she brought up a few things with you, Lucius, about being tired of waiting to save her people, and seemed kind of disgruntled somewhat as she starts to kind of stare off into the distance.
Fair enough.
What are you doing down here?
Well, this was our quick escape, I suppose.
Quick escape from what?
Oh, you know, the fucked up parts of the world.
Well, that's the entire world.
Right.
Hopefully not for long.
Nah, probably for long.
As you lot are talking in the background, kind of as focusing on as Durali continues to run circles around and examining all of her items, Kai kind of standing back a little bit more cautious and not coming immediately forward. You see, would you like to describe yourself, Vorman?
Okay, so Vorman is a heli. He wears a dark leather duster with a bandana. His clothes underneath have, some metal plates here or there, but, it's not plate. You can kind of see maybe some markings of, the leather stretching where there is chainmail underneath. He wields a shield made of silver dragon scales, and tied to his waist is a whip made of bone.
And as you all turn, the only thing that kind of cues you in that this person has arrived, suddenly sitting on a log that has appeared from nowhere in front of the campfire that you and Sigrun had set up, Lucius, in the night, is the soft clacking of horse hooves on the ground as you see the large dark horse standing behind him, almost the size of a war horse.
Oh, who's that? Is he your friend? What's the horse? Is he also sentient? He looks cool. I want to be his friend.
This here's Tycheris. Finest horse, well, in this realm, and all the others.
Durali, knowing she can't pet that because she's really short, is gonna just keep looking. Because petting the leg would feel weird.
You Alright then. I hope you all don't mind me taking a seat over here. It's been a long day's travel. I'll take your silence as acceptance.
Well, yeah, most of us don't really know each other.
Sigrun
Yeah,
just
we kinda-
and it starts to look at each of you and just half scrubbing up their campsite gear and seems to whisper something in Dwarvish to their axe as they just disappear into the stone and vanish.
You
Ooh.
don't see that every day.
That looked fun. I want to try.
She can teleport too. I can teleport. That's how we got down here. Although that was a trap. Although I know how.
That's quite interesting.
Lucius, suddenly the understanding that you are now the glue that holds any sort of party together kind of dawns on you.
Congratulations, you're party leader.
Oh,
Joy with a headache. All right. Oh man, as you all kind of start to kind of gather around the fire, kind of looking about and contemplating, getting to know one another. You take a few minutes to really enjoy a meal as Lucius sets out some food from the rations from earlier, and yeah.
I'd like to play my harmonica during this time.
All right. What song you gonna play on your harmonica?
Let's rock some prison blues.
All right. You know what? Give me a performance check. Let's see how well you do.
Oh, and bet your ass that Tycharis is gonna be finishing off the song.
Oh, good.
A 16.
Okay. All right. So as you begin to play, the music kind of carries throughout the entire dungeon, kind of relaxing and mellowing out the group as Lucius and the party continues to kind of look on, eating and enjoying with you. The horse kind of giving a bit of a tapping with its hooves to add to the music a little bit. And at the very end, making sure as it neighs just slightly a little bit louder than a whisper to add to the song at the very end. The fire starts to kind of dwindle down, and the braziers begin to light.
Ooh.
That's fancy.
oh. Would you mind telling me how you all got down here? The last people I thought I was working with turned out to be trying to kill me, so...
Oh, yeah. Me and Key were down here looking for lost shiny stuff that we were told is down here. That's all. Though the chest.
in there.
Key begins to talk to themselves, muttering things in the background.
And I am going to turn and look at the heli, so that he could probably very clearly see the House Firecrest emblem on my stuff. I'm just going to be like, we're not going to have any kind of issues, are we?
Why would I have any issues with you?
Well,
Lord Firecrest was the one who saved my life.
just wanted to make sure.
Shame what happened to the bastard. Nonetheless, I made my way down here just the old-fashioned way. Walking. Rode upon old Tycharis here.
Hey, Key. What's a firecrest?
I think it might be a bird.
You hear a whisper in the air, the sounds of a dead man, as it carries through the entire dungeon.
Oh, I think I know that song. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Can I smell anything?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, goody.
You know what? I can say this aloud. DM, I got a 30 passive perception.
Uh,
22.
He built New Age Santo.
Jesus. What the fuck?
So I think I would hear this or whatever it is.
I mean, if it is just sound.
Manon's gonna hear a fart in the fucking wind. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
Goes for everything. Sound, smell, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I feel like this man would hear a whisper in a hurricane.
How do you have a 30?
Yeah.
Wait.
He has perception. He has a plus 15 to his physical, and then he has the observant feat for even more.
Jesus Christ.
Passive.
Alright. What'd you get, Lucius?
22.
22. So as each of you kind of starts to listen on the wind, you can hear this that came from deeper within. Kai, you hear the steppings of creatures quite large, the slight cawing and sounds of claws across hard stone. Then slight roars that seem to almost each have three different pitches coming from further into the dungeon as well. And the last thing you notice is the sounds of something moving and wet, giving kind of a slight sound of almost like a limp noodle smacking something further inside the dungeon.
So, whatever. So we're possibly being hunted. There's something else in this dungeon. They're big.
There's something else in this dungeon.
Yes,
Really?
it's what I just said. I don't see why I would need you to repeat what I said. Are you okay?
This is a dungeon.
Yes.
Of course,
And-
there's gonna be other things in this dungeon. Come on.
We've been to empty dungeons before.
Yeah.
They exist.
Kind of intriguing.
Dungeon's empty, and it really ain't a dungeon anymore now, ain't it?
Well,
But
there must have
whatever.
been.
But yeah, I think we're possibly there's something moving closer to us. It's something wet, something with claws. And last I checked, they don't have anything that's wet, so it can't be them.
Going to kind of like walk off from the group, not too far, but a few steps,
Mm-hmm.
and look up and just go, "You're punishing me by making me a babysitter."
This is Lucius talking to the dungeon master.
Yeah.
Babysitter? I'm 45 years old.
You hear for a moment in your head, Lucius, go, electrification?
I would like to activate Bastion of Law on Lucius, because I feel like we're going to need it as time passes.
Wrong character, but alright. Sure.
I'm sorry, the ability is called Bastion of Law.
He's not a very
is the-
lawful man anymore, I'm gonna be honest, but alright.
He doesn't have to be.
So
I would
what,
like
what
to
does Bastion
rock a-
Law do, real quick?
I can expend 1 to 5 sorcery points. I'm doing all 5. It creates a magical ward on myself or another creature, lasting until I finish a long rest or until I use this feature again. Whenever the person wants, they have d8s equal to how many points I put into it to take off damage from a hit. So he has 5 d8s to play with a damage reduction.
And the realization, Lucius, that as you look and turn back on the party, that you're the tank, and that oh shit moment really hits you in the head. What was
I'd
your
like to use-
Foreman?
Divine Sense.
Okay. Alright. Give me a minute. Because if I remember right, Divine Sense does something different depending on your divinity. You're detecting good and evil. Alright. Oh, no, are you going to use an action to detect good and evil? Just out of curiosity? Or are you just trying to use your Divine Sense to see if you can, if anything's being affected by a hollow spell or the known location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet of you?
I'm looking for the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Give me a second. There is no celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet of you. Or the rest of the party.
Okay.
Yes, Kai? You want to... Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Key. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start channel divinity. Okay, what are you channeling? What are you gonna do with it?
I'm just gonna start charging to get or see if anything within 30 feet is gonna start, or if anything's moving in. So magical darkness,
Channel divinity spell is that?
it's one of my actions.
Yeah, he's
Due to my
got
senses.
Radiance of the Dawn. He's got a little thing that's different
Yeah.
because of his background.
Okay, so his channel divinity is weird.
Yes, he's got. Well, he's a different kind of character. All right. So what does yours do, Caleb or Key?
So any magical darkness within 30 feet of me will be dispelled. Also, any hostile creatures within 30 feet has to make a Constitution saving throw.
One moment. Let me look at something real quick just to see. Okay. So there is no creatures within 30 feet of you that are making a con save that you can sense,
All right, so I will be
and there's
continuing.
no magical darkness.
All right, so I'll keep doing this as we explore.
Okay. Not a problem. As you lot are standing in this hallway, you see it goes further north, about 15 feet, and then it takes a sharp turn to the left. Or you can try the door that seems to be at the end of this hallway that goes into a room that you'd guess is on the other side of the wall on your left.
Can I hear anything through the door?
With your passive, nothing is popping up, but you can give me a perception check to see if you want to actively hear anything.
22.
22. You hear nothing.
I'm going to stand to the side and open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, give me 1 second. All right. As you go to turn the wooden door's knob, the iron knob seems to give a slight give, and then almost immediately stops, as if it's locked. As you kind of jiggle it more, the door does not seem to undo.
Looks like this was locked.
Tycheris, let's go kick that door down.
All right, you know what? Tycharius will kind of neigh at you and wait and follow alongside you. Are you gonna send him to do it, or are you doing it, Vormon?
I mean, I'll be on Tycheris' back while this is happening, but yeah, Tycheris is gonna freaking buck this door.
All right, give me an attack. Let's see if you can manage.
All right, let's see here. I should just do the hooves attack then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, plus 9. 14 plus 9, well over 20.
All right, yeah. As you kick in the door, it opens up to this large room that's about 25 feet by 25 feet, roughly about 30 feet tall. You can see blood stains all over the walls, a lantern next to each of the doors, two opposite of you, one going straight to the north and one going to the south. You notice a spice rack that seems to have been kind of toppled over with jars of some dust of some sort kind of spewed out on throughout the shelves with cobwebs aplenty. A couple of what looks to be almost like bird-like nests in one corner, where a large crack in the wall can be seen. A bunch of dust seems to also cover the floors, along with some strands of paint that seem to kind of be in the shape of what looks to be an avionic like foot that's quite small. And with True Sight, as you cast this on yourself, it's the same thing as you look around.
That's fun.
You do all notice as looking around the room, each of the doors being one to the north, one to the south, and two to the west of you, being right across from you, seem to all be just simple wooden doors, except for the one that heads up north, or heads back into the hallway north. It seems to be made of solid iron, with a very large padlock on it.
I'm gonna pat Tycheris on the cheek after kicking down that door, and he's like, "That's a good boy.
It
Good
neighs.
job, Tycheris."
Yeah, he neighs and suddenly starts chewing on something, as if something peers into his mouth from out of the air. Yeah. What would y'all like to do?
So I guess we'll start exploring. So which way do y'all think we should go?
Well, I think it's Frontliner's choice. We don't exactly have to walk into, well, whatever it is.
Well,
Door do you want to go through?
Robert, this is your choice. You're the party leader now. You have to take. You're the deciding factor here.
Sarah's a door on the right.
So the door on the right is the one that you came through. The very large warhorse just kicked down, basically. So
Very
you-
large.
You have a southern door, a northern door, and two doors to your west, or which would be left.
I'll go to the north.
All right. As you head to this northern door, kind of looking up, you see this iron, very solid iron door with a large padlock on it. No window on the other side of the door, but it seems to be quite heavy by the looks of it. What would you guys like to do with it?
I like it the lock a little closer.
Yeah. Give me. What are you looking for? Just to see if you can pick it, or
Yeah. I don't think I have thieves' tools, but
give me a investigation check.
$23.
23. As you look about the lock, kind of looking into the keyhole, you can't see much. It looks to be pretty large, and you don't see any runes or anything glowing on it, so you're not quite sure.
Then I will head to one of the west doors.
Okay. You see two simple wooden doors that look to be in pretty good shape, both having just normal knobs on them that seem to be fully unlockable. Testing both, they seem to both have, both seem to be unlocked completely.
See what's behind door number 1.
All right. Are you going for the top or bottom one, or do you?
Yeah, top.
Okay. As you open the top door, suddenly in front of you appears a simple treasure chest that just stands in the middle of the hallway, almost as if coming from nowhere. As you open the door, the hallway continuing on further down, looking as if it extends towards another room. As you can see down the hallway, another doorway.
So I suppose the question of the day is how paranoid are we about that chest?
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I walk up to the chest.
Okay. You walk up to the chest. It's a wooden chest. Looks to be pretty normal looking around it. It's about 2 feet tall, probably about 3 feet wide. Has some arcane runes drawn onto the back of it that seem to glow slightly. Yeah.
Do I know what the rune?
Do you have Eyes of the Runekeeper?
No, not a
Then
warlock.
you do not know. You don't recognize them. You can give me an Arcana check if you'd like to see otherwise, but...
Surprisingly, as a sorcerer, I'll try, but my Arcana is not that high. Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah, they're runes. They're in a language you've never read.
Weird.
I would like to walk up to this chest and kind of see if I may know the language of the runes.
Alright. Give me a Arcana check.
That to be a 12.
As you look it over, the runes are definitely not in a language you recognize. You don't seem to speak it, as it's not Sylvan, Common, or Abyssal.
What languages do you speak, horseman?
First off, my name is Vamorn.
Hello,
Second off, I speak Common, as you can clearly tell, but I also speak Celestial.
Ooh. Well, nice to meet you, Vermon. My name is Key.
Pleasure. Now, does this chest have Celestial runes on it?
It does. As you look at the runes, you can give me an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what they are.
I have a +0, but we're gonna rock and roll here. That is a 9. The funny thing is, it started as a 9 and it slid across my screen as a 9, and I love it when that happens.
So it either reads, Astral Divas are watching, or Young Red Dragons in next room. You're not sure which, because the translation seems to be identical, but the two seem to be basically what
Where's
you're
the
saying.
Where's the nearest door to this room?
The one on the left,
The one
or door
continuing.
number 2?
So going as you went through the northern portion of the western hallways, it would be continuing on about 25 feet down. Is another door to what looks to be another room.
So, shall we open the chest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave that to you.
Thank you, my fearless leader.
Are you gonna pop the chest open?
Hell yeah.
Alright, as you do, you watch as the arcane symbols crack and disappear into the air, and the chest opens up without any resistance as there's no lock on it or anything else, and you find... I'm just going to copy and paste it for my own sanity, but about 4,500 GP, a bunch of gemstones, and a potion of bull strength, which is something that will be custom later.
That is phenomenal.
Well, at least that's
I
what the
will-
bottle says. Is it reads bull strength and it has a little minotaur's head on it. So
I'll just copy and paste it onto my inventory real quick,
Yep,
and we
no
can.
and as you start pulling everything out of there one by one, you Vormorn, you kind of grabbing everything, putting it into your bag. The chest, as you empty it out, disappears and fades away as you hear the slight tinkering of what sounds like something lifting up, like as if it's being shifted by a gear. And you all notice, looking down, the stone where the chest was sitting kind of raises up a little bit, and then as it comes to a stop, the whole dungeon makes a loud clink and then goes silent.
Well, first thing, Tyke Harris, we're eating good when we get out of here. Second off, that doesn't sound like a good thing.
All right. As the tinkering stops, the sounds of the clicking stops, the entire dungeon once again goes almost awkwardly quiet as you hear nothing.
Keep heading
Well.
towards the door.
I want to say, next door, there's a 50-50 chance there's a dragon in here.
All right.
Does
What's up?
I was gonna say, does it have a hole we can look through?
So as you look at the door, it looks to be a solid stone door on this side. It has a knob on it, and as you walk over, just to confirm, who is checking the door?
I was
I
going to
got-
try to listen through it.
Oh, you are? Okay. So you go ahead and give me a perception check at disadvantage because you'll be listening through stone. Is anybody else going to be trying to
Does my advantage offset that?
Not in this situation, no.
Okay.
I'll take a gander into hearing this door.
All right, the turtle shoves his flat head up against the thing, the turtle.
Turtle got a 19.
Damn. All right. And
23.
23. Okay. As the two of you kind of head forward and putting your ears onto the door, you hear the quiet rumbling of something on the other side. It's definitely larger, but you can definitely hear between the two of you that there's either 2 or 3 creatures, with Key hearing 3, Lucius knowing at least there's 2 of them in there. But you can't tell any more than that. I will note, as you both keep your face up against the door, you both start to feel the door warming up slightly.
I'm going to get the hell away from the door.
I'm gonna back away from the door.
Okay, as you both do, Vormorn and Durali, you see as Lucius and Keys, they're both the sides of the cheek that have been touching the door are slightly red with a little bit of smoke coming off of. The smell of cooking meat can be kind of wafted through the air.
And burnt hair.
Yeah, a lot of burnt hair. And as you notice, one of Lucius's sideburns has been a little bit burned off slightly from the or thinned slightly back from the burning of the door. The sound of roaring can be kind of heard suddenly throughout the entire dungeon, causing it to shake. But then things go almost dead silent once again, and the door stops giving off heat. However, the hallway is now quite warm. Giving now a comfortable, where originally was around a cold 40 degrees walking through this dungeon, it is in this hallway now. You'd guesstimate between 70 to 80 degrees at this point.
Well,
Well,
I have a
well
feeling
timed.
we know what's in that door.
Worry not. Tycharis, how do you feel about handling heat?
The horse neighs, kicking up its feet, ready to go.
Fear not. Tycharis really loves the heat. Are y'all folk ready? I'm itching for a fight.
Always.
Not the
Tycharis,
heat I'm worried about.
through the door, please.
Tycharius goes at a charge. Fair enough. Charging forth. Give me a strength to roll to see if he can get through.
Tyke up. 1 second.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna roll Tycharis' strength check, and then I have to grab food real quick.
No worries.
Tycharis has a strength of 22,
+6. Yep.
so he's gonna have a +6 to this. That is an awful roll on Tycharis' end. That's a 2. Tycharis did not do too well in this charge.
Tycharius runs forward at breakneck speed, expecting to break through this solid stone door, and with an awkward crunch and slam, you hear as it slams its face full head first into the door, knocking the horse prone and taking 20 HP of damage as it drops to the ground.
Oh no, you poor thing.
Vormorn's foot kind of stuck underneath the horse as it kind of falls to its side.
Well, damn. Seems that door is stronger than we thought, huh, Tycharis?
You hear, that's the head kind of shaking.
Don't worry, old boy. I got you. And I'll, slap the I believe it's my racial trait, healing hands, and restore 16 health points.
Okay. Although,
I got you, boy. I got you.
he'll get back up and back off, back behind the party, let someone else go forward. As the horse looks on at that door with caution now. Feel free to go get your food.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, before we go in and inevitably have to deal with some giant flaming lizards, I'm gonna cast Bless
on the party for
Okay.
Lucius. Fuck, I'm still learning new names. Darley and Vormorn.
Oh,
Sorry if I said your name wrong.
Close enough.
Fatality.
Okay. All right, you.
I'm also
Durrell,
going to use an
Lucius.
emboldening bond on the three of them.
Okay. What does emboldening bond do as well?
Once per turn, as long as they're any bonded creatures within 30 feet of another, can roll d4 added to attack roll ability check or saving throw.
Oh, nice.
So that's
Yeah,
two
we got
d4s. All right. So there's two d4s amongst the party for this. Basically the same thing. Okay. As you both begin as Key begins casting, you feel the glowing light kind of wrap around each of you. For a moment, Lucius, with your tie-in to the to basically the afterlife as is, as well as your background as a blood hunter, for a moment you could swear you see a large turtle, similar shape to Key, but a little bit bigger, fully hugging you all around and giving like off a warmth. It both is awkward and confusing, but you suddenly feel yourself, somewhat better, lightened. Your shoulders kind of feeling the weight remove off them a little bit more, and being able to stand a little bit more upright. As the rest of the party, something similar, not being able to see the figure happens as each of you begin to feel a little bit more relaxed and warmed up.
Also, I
Yes.
forgot to ask, has Kedlis interacted with me at all since all the...
Nope.
No? Okay.
Seeing the horse fail, Durali's going to rub her hands together and cast Summon Construct near the door.
Okay. I forgot that was a spell. Give me a minute.
I am picking the Stone Construct.
I was about to ask. What do you want this thing to look like?
Like a stone carved tabaxi.
Okay. So as this 6-foot figure suddenly pulls from the wall out of the stone itself with this limestone-like color, Lucius, for some reason, it kind of reminds you of Temidar in much of its appearance, being more skinnier and taller and lengthy. The creature kind of pulls itself from the stone walls and waits for your orders, Durali.
All right, what's the sitch?
I will have him try to take down the door. It's
Okay.
his turn now.
How will I have the stone golem take down the door?
He's gonna start multi.
Okay.
Door goes down.
All right, roll to see if it can hit. To catch you up, Vormorn, you have two D4s that you basically get to use at your will when the time comes. You got blessed and emboldened. All right, let's see your attack and see if you can knock down that door.
Yeah. I rolled an 18, and his plus is spell attack modifier. Oh god. That's a 31 to hit.
All right, you all watch as the stone construct goes to slam its hand with a straight fist punch to the door, and the entire construct seems to get thinner and thinner as if its strength is being sapped from it, and it crumbles to the ground.
Oh. Not Jimmy. Not Jimmy.
Magic door.
Suddenly, the door alights with runic designs that seem to almost etch themselves into the door itself and then vanish as they finish. And the runes seem to read in common, those who choose can never return.
Do we really want to go through this door?
I mean, I have nowhere to return to.
And then as you look below, the door has a yes and then a no carved into it now.
If we choose no, that means we can return, yes?
I mean, I'll believe your wisdom, weird cowboy man, and I'll go push the no.
Okay. As you click no, the door seems to open up, and immediately you see as three young red dragons just turn their heads to look at you.
Well, howdy.
As they begin to look, their throats begin to light up, mouths begin to open, and Durali, you suddenly realize you are standing in the front. Everyone roll initiative.
Got a 13.
13, okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, alright. Not too bad. Fucking wow. Durali up first as you see these young dragons. To give you the full description of the room, as you look about the room, it's about this room is about 30 feet by 30 feet long, 30 feet wide, and 30 feet tall. The room itself seems to have a door to the east, or two doors to the east, two doors to the west, and a door to the south. Throughout the room looks to be a couple of discarded, broken weapons, some really nasty odor that seems to be kind of polluting through the entirety of the room, some fallen stones in one of the corners, a tarnished curtain that has been thrown down that has strange symbols on it, and a pillar that seems to be just barely holding up a heavy stone above it that seems to be attached to the ceiling. As you look about, these dragons each now aiming at you as you stand in the doorway.
Uh-huh. I don't like that very much. I am indeed a sorcerer.
Fair.
So, I could be an asshole and just cast fucking Wall of Force and just sit here.
Sit there and reposition.
Well, I can move on my own. I'm small enough to fit between any of your legs and just move.
And I will say the dragons are about 15 feet in front of you. All three are aiming at the doorway. And it looks like they're charging breath weapons.
Is there anything special with your true sight? I forgot to ask now.
As you look about, yes. As you look behind them, there is about 160-some thousand gold pieces just lying in the room behind them.
Ooh.
Along with some other, what looks to be like sticks and other random items that kind of like stick out that you can't really get a good enough look at currently, with the dragons kind of being in the way.
Gotcha. That spell doesn't help. It says I can make a hemispherical shape with the. I'm gonna move into the room a little bit, and I'm basically gonna make myself a wall of force, so I'm just guarded like a corner.
Okay, so you're gonna move to the so you're gonna move in 5 feet forward, and then move to the right to the closest corner to you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna wall of force, so I'm just sitting here safe.
Okay, so that'll mean a total of 15 feet of movement as you kind of scooch in right up against the wall, moving as fast as you can to the side. You cast Wall of Force, it goes up, and the dragons continue to, it seems like they're aiming towards you as they don't look down the hallway. Okay.
Fine.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Durali?
No, that is the end of my turn. I will be here.
Lucius, you watch as Durali, full on facing three young young red dragons, just kind of scooches their way around the corner and disappears as you just hear some the ground shaking in there, and then just quiet as the dragons seem to be focusing now in the one corner of the room, no longer looking down the hallway. You're about 10 feet from the doorway into the room, and as I mentioned, with the room being about 30 feet wide, long, and tall.
Okay. So first thing that the people behind me would probably see is Bastion's finger kind of sharpened, looks like a pointed bare nail would, and he just slides it down his hand and drips the blood onto the Toothless Beholder. So let me real quick. Oh, of course I rolled fucking max, so I take 6 damage. And then you see like a frosty cold start to come off of the Toothless Beholder, and almost like just cold steam.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to approach one of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing at it.
All right. As you walk the 20 feet forward, go ahead and roll to see if you can hit it. Walk into a bar, yeah, Keith.
32.
Holy shit! Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is 19 piercing.
Okay.
2 fire, which I don't imagine does much.
No, as you watch as the creature seems to not be fazed by it.
And then 5 cold.
Interesting. You watch as the dragon does scream as it's where you stab into. While the fire ignites, warming up the wound, almost sealing it shut. The ice seems to go forth into it and opens it up once again, and you see as the dragon continues to bleed.
And I'm
Ah,
going
yeah,
to
thermal shock. Let's rock and roll.
swing it again.
Let's see what you got.
Well, I rolled 1 higher than last time, so I'm not going to worry about the math.
Yeah, go ahead.
That sucks. 12 piercing,
Okay.
7 fire,
Okay.
4 cold.
All right, you watch again as you pulling the knife out, stab into the creature again. It screeches out in pain as the wound seems to bleed even more, causing now there to be 2 wounds of it. The dragon looks to just be glaring at you, Lucius.
And I'm just going to let out a big bear roar.
Roll intimidate with advantage.
Okay.
These dragons have heard of you.
Oh no.
15.
The dragon, as it's about glares at you and is about to roar, as you roar back in its face, it kind of closes its mouth and quiets as it kind of pushes its head back, confused, and looks to panic slightly as it looks about.
And then since I damaged it, I'm also going to use my brand of Castignation on it.
Oh, okay. Remind me what that
So-
does?
It sears an arcane brand into the creature, has the following effects. I always know the direction to the creature as long as it's on the same plane as me. Each time the branded creature deals damage to you or another creature I can see within 5 feet of me, it takes 6 psychic damage, and then the brand lasts until I dismiss it or apply it to another creature.
Okay, and what do you want this brand to look like?
Just a big bear head.
Alright, as the creature seems to, now very confused and looking as if it's slightly panicked, suddenly emblazoning on its front chest, right below its neck, this big bear head burns into the scales, causing the dragon to screech out in pain and take a slight step backwards, not actually moving any movement, but almost as if it's trying to get away from you. Alright, does that end your turn?
Yep, that was my movement, my action, and my bonus, so...
All
We're
right.
good.
Well, that dragon who was intimidated, having been frightened, is going to make itself a wisdom save and still fail to make a 15, and is therefore going to back up the full distance of 10 or 15 feet, giving you an opportunity attack, Lucius, if you'd like to take it.
Yes, I would.
All right.
Well, that wasn't quite as good. 22.
22 does hit as the dragon,
Okay.
as you slash into it as it backs off. Let's see how much damage you can do to it.
Do I even bother rolling the fire?
You don't need to. It is immune.
Okay. As I figured. So that is 17 piercing
Okay.
and 6 more cold.
All right, you watch as it's starting to back away, stabbing into it once more to hold it. The dragon continues its movement, pulling the knife through, causing it to again bleeding out and screeching in pain. Okay. And it's going to go ahead and use its breath weapon on the entirety of the room. Durali, you're behind a wall of force, and I assume you would focus that to cover all the way to the ceiling. Am I correct?
That was the
Yeah.
point. Yeah, I was making a dome that basically blocked everything.
So Vormorn and Key, deck saves with advantage. Lucius, deck save at for normal.
I have advantage against breath weapons.
So
of
then you
dragons.
get then you have an advantage on the deck save then. Let's,
30-20.
God damn it!
I'm
Alright.
glad I had advantage.
Holy shit! Key! Oh, Key! Like the true turtle you are.
That'll be a 23.
As Vormorn, managing to see this coming, pulls his horse, pulling off to the right behind the wall. The two kind of trot to the right immediately. Key, as you not expecting the dragon's breath to reach this far back, you take a second, really wondering that if the dragon's going to hit as the fire engulfs you. Lucius, being this close and seeing the dragon kind of looking like it's cornered, almost very similar to a cornered animal, you recognizing exactly what's about to happen, you jump to the side out of the way as the fire seems to explode out of it, only taking half. So Key, you are the only one who fails. Key, that's 60 fire damage, and to the rest, for those who succeeded, it is 30 fire damage.
Since I'm riding my horse, it gives me resistance to fire damage.
So 15 fire damage.
Vibes.
As the dragon breathes out and ends its turn, as it can't do anything with that movement. Alright, Key, you are up.
I'm offended and appalled at this. But this is fine. How far away am I from the dragons?
So for in your situation now being at the end of the hallway, 20 feet to get to the doorway into the room in front of you where the dragons are. Another 10 feet, so 30 in total to get to where the two dragons are still standing. And then another it'd be 40 feet to get to the dragon just breathe fire on you as well as the rest of the party, minus Durali, of course.
Okay. So I'm going to... I guess I'm going to have to use my movement to get to the door so I can see the dragons.
Yeah, as you run up into the doorway, the two dragons standing about 10 feet in front of you, both with their mouths open, kind of focusing their eyes on Lucius at this current time. You see the one in the back that looks to be wounded and branded with a glowing, slightly rippling brand on its chest. Durali off in the corner behind a wall of forces, just blocking the entirety of the corner where they're standing. Yeah.
All right. Trying to find the spell. Oh, for some reason it's not there. Whatever. So one of the dragons that's looking at Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
Are they within 40 feet of each other? Or 30 feet of each other?
They're within 5 feet. All dragons are within 10 feet of each other at this point.
Okay. So I guess then I'm gonna need all of them to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 15, 25, and 13.
All right. So only the 25 succeeds.
All right.
As a pillar of light beams down on top of them. I'm casting Dawn.
Oh. All right.
So
Give me a yes.
right. Wow, that's a Beyblade.
I can see that it's taken a minute. Is that fire damage?
No, it's radiant.
Ah, okay. Yeah, as the pillar of light comes down, slamming into the dragons, the one at the back with the mark brand on its chest seeing the most effect of the damage, screeching out as he continues to look about like it fucked up. Does save take half damage or no
Yeah.
damage?
If you make the save, you take half damage.
Okay. As you notice, the biggest of the three seeming to be the one that manages to save and kind of shredding off as the pillar of light drops down onto them and kind of cracks onto their body, almost causing no effect to the dragon.
All right, cool. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon and shoot a sword at him.
The biggest one, all right.
Because it doesn't hit. I can tell you
And
that.
as it slams into you, immediately following up with this epic, you watch Durali and Lucius as a sword appears from a light as Key is holding his hands to the side as if forming the radiant energy around him into a solid blade. It goes shooting off with a glorious bright color as if being shot out of a cannon and slams into the young red dragon that earlier looked to be slightly stronger than the other two. And as the thing, expecting it to almost run through the creature, it seems to tink and slam and go flying into the ceiling, cutting into the stone and then fading away. Back into Key's hand.
Oh.
And the dragon, you can just see, starts to the fire in its chest seems to calm as it smiles, with a very toothy grin.
I smile back at him. Hello, friend.
The dragon looks slightly confused. All right, Key, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Vormorn, as you stand at the end of the hallway, slightly around the corner from it, you are a total of 25 feet from that doorway, which Key now stands in currently, kind of holding the doorway down, with the two dragons on the other side of him, about 10 feet in front of him, and another about total of 25 feet in front of him. You really don't have any way to get past Key at this current time as you look on as he blocks the doorway.
Oh, I do.
I'm sure. You can
Well,
throw me out.
no, it's not that. On Tycharis, I am gonna go into the ethereal plane.
Oh, okay. As you almost dissipate, walking forward into the stone wall in front of you, the doorway the reality almost seems to slightly rip around you, and you, for those without true sight, fade into non-existence, disappearing into what is basically undeath, and the middle of existence. All right.
And I will.
Oh my god, he died.
What? I just disappeared from your eyes. I didn't die.
You don't even see anything, Key, as you're looking on. He was around the corner, so you wouldn't be able to see him disappear. You just suddenly no longer hear the sounds of clopping horse hooves in the background.
So what I'm hearing,
Mhm.
those two something. I just riding by. I'm like, oh, okay.
Basically, you see, you would see him if you could see through the walls. Yeah.
And so, Tycharis will just knee upon Tycharis. I will walk in front of Key.
Okay.
Just within the ethereal plane.
As you
The dragons
walk
will save
through-
me, that's for sure, I believe, but...
As you walk through the stone wall in front of you, going right through the wall, or through and across, walking through Key, you now stand in front of him as, Durali, you just see as Vormorn walks through Key without any issue. None of the rest of them being able to, or none of the rest of you seeing Vormorn. However, Key, with your high passive perception, you do feel very strange chill come across your entire body, and it does get colder as your breath seems to kind of freeze slightly out as you exhale.
I don't like it. I don't like this. Why is it getting cold?
Or that's normal.
Alright, so that's all of the actions that my horse could take this turn. However, I still have things to do. And my question to you is, can I still attack other creatures when I'm in the ethereal plane?
No, not unless the creature is halfway in the ethereal plane, like wights and some ghosts.
Gotcha, so I'll just have to chill out here until my next turn. Okay, that's fine. So at that point, actually, I will, because my steed has about 60 feet of movement speed, I'll move actually behind the dragons.
Okay, the two ones that are kind of still standing forward and staring
Yeah.
at Key. Okay. Durali, again, you watch as Vormorn seems to walk through the dragons. The dragons seeming to not notice. The larger of the three, though, seems to kind of turn, its eyes almost following Vormorn perfectly as it turns its head to look and watch as he gets beat right behind him.
And this is totally a calm walk.
Yeah. But yeah, as you walk through, nothing seems to happen. All right. And that is the end of your turn?
That's all I can do.
Okay. Next up is the dragon. It seeing you is going to, looking at you as it realizes it can't do anything against you, or thinks it can't do anything against you, is going to turn back towards the party, with Key, Lucius, and Durali behind a wall of force, and is going to shoot its breath weapon out. I need a dex save from Lucius and Key.
All right. I can, if I have a reaction spell, I can cast it, correct, before I make the save?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to cast Flesh Armor. I get +5 to my AC.
Not
All
I
right.
don't get
24.
fire breath, but you know.
What was that, Lucius? What'd you get?
24.
Okay, that saves.
13.
Oh.
Don't forget your +4 if you want to use it.
Yeah, you also blessed yourself, remember that.
Yeah, you have your blessed to add and another D4.
I'll add I'll do my D4 first.
See how it
Turning it
goes.
to
Okay.
a 17.
Alright.
Uh,
Are you going to leave it at 17, or are you going to use the other one?
I'm gonna leave it at here.
Okay. Yeah, so you barely succeed, so you'll take half. Because that is the DC. Oh, you lucked out on that one! So that is 66 points of fire damage normally, so it's 33 fire point damage to Lucius and Key. As the dragon finishes it, as it's not going to move, it's then going to use its thing. Is your etherealness based on a spell, Vormorn?
So
Or is it an ability?
So the steed, my horse, Tycharis, can actually choose an amount of people and go into the ethereal plane. It's an action.
Okay,
You just-
so
just
it's not a spell. Okay,
No.
there's a reason I was asking. All right. It is going to roll for the counter spell on Wall of Force. What level did you cast? Or are you using your Wall of Force at 6th? Right.
Wall of Force cannot be dispelled.
Oh, can it not?
No, it is immune to dispelling.
Ah, so never mind. As
So
the
if you roll, it does nothing.
as the creature casts it, nothing happens, thus ending its turn.
I just read it.
Alright. The
Yes, my attention.
smaller of the two, who was standing there, not noticing Vormorn, is going to turn and just continue its attack, because nothing's going wrong in its life. And I need a dex save yet again from Key and Lucius.
How much one that's gonna be? Of course.
Bro,
taking it.
you're not. The
I'm using-
D4's not going to help you on that.
Advantage.
I don't care. I'm using lucky.
Lucius, thank God for advantage. Is that what you said?
24. Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 and an 18.
So did Key.
Natural 20.
Alright, so you both only take half of 54, which is 27? Yeah, 27 points of fire damage. As the fire enveloping both of you, again, hitting out and exploding, causing this entire room to heat up slightly. And as the dragon's not going to move, it's going to recharge its fire breath and succeeds and is going to end its turn. Alright, back up to the top. Durali, you are up.
I need a con save from both dragons.
From both dragons? Alright.
All the dragons.
All of the dragons. What are you using?
This is Abi Dalzim's Horrid Wilting.
Okay. Alright. 26, 13, and 23.
I will Silvery Barbs the 23.
Oh. Okay.
Please do roll again.
That's not okay. 27.
So those two will take half. The 13 will take full of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that is 54.
54.
As everyone watches the moisture start to get pulled out of the three dragons.
54, 27. Okay. Yeah, as the largest of the three seems to take the brunt of the blow, the magic sucking away at the moisture from the creature, it looks perturbed, but still seems to focus on Vormorn, who stands behind it. Okay.
Didn't he turn around and cast a counterspell?
Yes. His eyes are still seeming to focus on you, though.
Oh, he's like, all right, this guy, what's he doing?
As you watch as, all three seem to have the moisture sucked out from them. The one in the back that Lucius having cut into, pretty much now screeching as it seems to be clawing at one of the doorway to get out.
Well, it's not allowed to do that, but my bonus action does not help in the situation, so I will end my turn.
Okay.
I like it back here.
Alright, Lucius, you're up!
I need a wisdom saving throw from the big dragon.
Okay. Well, what was the big dragon? Wisdom save. 24.
Damn it. Okay. So the Cage of Companionship's just gonna bounce to the side then.
Silvery barbs.
Fuck you, okay?
Do it again.
23!
Wow.
Random number generator today is in my favor, unfortunately.
Your numbers mean nothing when I'm invincible to everything. Come here. Fight me.
Okay, that doesn't do anything. How close am I to the big one?
Within 10 feet of the dragon.
Because I know the other one ran away from me.
Yes, it backed off, so you are within 10 feet.
Okay, I will move over to it,
Okay.
and I'm going to go ahead and swing the Toothless Beholder then.
Okay.
That's a 25.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. 16 piercing,
Okay.
6 cold.
Alright. The dragon screeches out as your dagger goes into it. Its eyes start to flash with a strange purple light as it turns from looking at Vormorn to now focus straight on you, Lucius, after you stab at the creature glaring and snarling at you.
Can I use my bonus action to swoop up the Cage of Companionship?
Sure. You lean down, grabbing it off the ground. The creature not even noticing or paying attention to what that was. It just seems to snarl at you, the smell of sulfur emanating from its nostrils.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Alright. The red dragon in the back, who is branded and injured and very upset, is going to grab something from the horde. And... oh shit, it can't attune to it quick enough. Oh well. The dragon's gonna grab a rod and start like shaking it in the air as you watch it tries to cast something. It seems as it grabs onto something, all of you suddenly now are able to see, minus Duralius, who has true sight, as this long staff with what looks to be a little teardrop on the end and what looks to be a little war drum at the end of it, seems to kind of beat and sound, but doesn't seem to do anything as the dragon shakes it throughout in the air, freaking out.
Damn, you didn't. You didn't put that here, did you?
Well, you're not going to be happy with what's about to happen.
You get that war drum away from me.
I need a wisdom save from the entire party. And that includes the dragons. Because this dumbass doesn't know what it's doing. Oh no. Oh no.
27 beat it.
Yes, you succeed.
18.
A fail for Vormorn.
Let me see. I gotta roll a wisdom for my horse.
Dirty 20. I added my bless.
Okay, still fails.
Okay.
That's 13 for Decaris. I believe, I also get 2 D4s, right?
Yeah, if you want to use them.
I certainly am, because, I have a 9? Well, actually, no. It's probably not worth it.
I will confirm with a DC 25. Only person who succeeds is Key. As you all find yourselves going into a sudden rage, being forced to attack each other.
I do have a question. Would that have affected on me since I'm in the ethereal plane?
Yes, your mind, because you are still within able to hear the item. due to that factor. If you were in a different room or in the walls, no. But due to being in the room and being able to hear the item, that is the direct cause.
Who
Okay.
gives a lord item to a young dragon?
All of you find yourself in a rage. The party will be forced to continue combat with the young red dragons until they are all killed. And then if you do not manage to make the wisdom save, by the time they are all dead, you will start turning on each other, minus Key, of course, who is fine. Alright. And so at the end of each of your turns, you will get to make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the rage. That ends Young Red Dragon's turn, as it can't do anything else. Key, you're up!
I have to
So I
roll
do-
20 to save that.
Yeah, you do.
I do want to ask, the dragon that just activated this rod,
Uh-huh.
would it still be in the cylinder of dawn?
Yes.
All right, I needed to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it also takes 6 psychic damage from making attack. Constitution saving throw, that's a 15.
It doesn't beat my save. It's going to be taking 19 damage.
Alright, as you shoot, as the pillar of light comes slamming down on the young dread dragon, it drops it out of its mouth, the staff, and it disappears again. Again, Durali being able to fully see it as it collides with the gold pile on the floor, but as the rest of you just watch as it vanishes, almost from existence.
Now, time for my actual turn. Because turns out Dawn does that every time they end their turn.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a continuous spell.
Yeah. All right, so for my action, how close are my team, or is everyone to me besides the dragons?
So Durali is about 10 feet north of you. He is in the corner with the wall force in front of him. Lucius is about 10 feet straight in front of you, facing down the eyes of one of the young adult red dragons. Vormorn is about 15 feet and slightly to about 15 feet in front of you and 5 feet down to the south of you. A slight angle behind the red dragon that Lucius is staring down.
All right. So. And I'm assuming the dragons are also in that range of being near me.
Yes.
So I'm just not going to cast them. All right. So I am then going to... Bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
on the one I tried to hit earlier.
The largest of the three. Okay.
Does a 27 hit.
Holy shit! Yeah, it does. As you this time lining up, getting the energy yet again. The sword appearing in your hand once again. This time changing instead from a sword to what looks to be a scale with two little turtle shells as the platforms that seem to suddenly come out and start swinging almost in a swirling like manner, like almost like of a morning star. As the two start swinging, and it goes flying at the dragon, slamming into the dragon and piercing its scales. The dragon screeches out in pain. 10 points of damage. Alright. As you watch two of the scales go flying off into one of the corners of the room.
For my action, I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on the closest dragon to me.
That'd be still the one that you just smacked with your spirit weapon.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna then Inflict Wounds his ass. Does a 28 hit?
Yep.
All right. 29 damage.
You watch as the wound from earlier, from moments ago, that was as the spirit weapon pulls away and disappears once again, returning to Key's hand. You watch as this now exposed portion of the dragon's actual flesh starts to expand out, almost as if the wound is tearing itself open further, causing more blood to squirt out, and the dragon to screech in utter pain and shock. Make an intimidation check, Q.
I got a +1 to this, so let's see what we get. We got a 5.
What? The dragon, still not frightened from you, now seems to almost stand more up, defiantly glaring at you. Now prepared to fight to the end.
Now, I don't like the way you're looking at me. I'm gonna swing my mace at you. I'm casting Lucky. Fuck that.
Aren't you still in the doorway, or did you move forward?
I say you won't be able to hit him with melee with the distance you are. He's 10 feet in front of you unless you have a 10-foot range, which I don't remember if turtles do. I may be wrong on that.
I got a 5-foot reach, so
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, okay. So I'll let you get off without having to re-roll that. Alright, yeah, so as you kind of standing there with this, is there anything else you'd like to do? Because you haven't moved, technically, so...
I would like to move.
Okay.
Yes. I would like to move as close as I can without opposing attack of opportunity to
Okay.
fatality over here.
Oh, you can fully just squeeze to the right without even moving close enough to the dragon's reach. So as you kind of shimmy along the corner wall, you move another 5 feet, and standing right beside the wall of force that is Durali, you see him kind of frothing at the mouth as almost the rest of your party members seem to be doing something similar as you look about.
You okay?
And thus ends your turn, I assume, Key?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think you could do all these.
Vormorn, you are up in your rage, prepared to kill these dragons with all you have.
Great. So, Ticarius is gonna pull us out of the ethereal plane.
Okay. You solidify, feeling the warmth return to your body, the heat from the room coming, kind of wrapping around you once more.
All right. So, I'm going to use an action to... Yeah, no, I won't do it yet. I will... Actually, I do have a question. So, these dragons, are they considered large?
Yes, they are large.
And my horse, is it what it currently says on its stat sheet, or is it different?
Correct, it is what it says on the stat sheet.
Great! That works. So, at that point, I will start attacking this dragon with advantage because of my feat. Mountain combatant.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So, Vorpal Whip with advantage. Does a 29 hit?
It does. Oh, shit.
Alright, 10 damage. Remember, the whip doesn't do a lot of damage.
No, but it's that one chance you take a limb off. Yeah, as the thing cracks in the air, you all hear the snapping sounds. It was almost the exact same sense of death all around you, kind of froths throughout the air, causing a very tense environment for Yuki, as you're the only one who could feel it with the hatred swarming in this room. As this whip starts going flying all around, you watch as Vormorn handles it masterfully, but at the same time causing the air to feel even more tense as the thing goes whipping out.
Alright, again we go. Does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
11 damage.
Alright, as you slash into it again, the dragon screeches out, each wound ripping away from its scales and flesh. The creature seems to be getting tired out as blood is starting to froth out its mouth more and more.
Alright, this time I will bonus action with Wrathful Smite, getting that ready for my next hit.
Okay.
Then we are going to swing once, another time. Rocking a 30 to hit.
That hits.
So, alongside the 10 damage, I need this dragon to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 13.
Fails.
Oh no.
Alright. It will be frightened of me until the spell ends.
As this happens, you watch as for a moment the dragon.
It takes 2 psychic damage.
Okay. As the dragon starts to look panicky for a moment, and then almost as if something snaps it immediately starts frothing and angrily biting at the air near you, Vormorn, once again. Funny enough, side effect of this spell, Frightened and Charmed does not work while it's active.
Okay.
So while you're all
That's good
trying
to
to
know.
kill each other, you are immune from being charmed or frightened. Congrats.
Hey, you know what? That works. That's okay. But on top of that,
Mm-hmm.
because I can still use Divine Smite on top of that, correct?
No, because Wrathful Smite is your divine smite, I believe. It is one
Okay,
of your
'cause I mean-
smites.
Okay, I was wondering if I could stack smites.
Uh,
Because it's like Divine Smite's an other, whereas the Wrathful Smite's is a bonus action kind of thing.
I will have to confirm later on that. For now, I'm
Okay,
gonna say
we'll-
no,
we'll work
but
with
that may
no.
change.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yep. All right, is that your turn?
Nope, I still get one more attack.
Okay.
Alright, rocking with advantage. Come on. Does a 29 hit?
Yes.
With 11 damage, I'll do a Divine Smite on that one.
Okay.
So, and I will cast it at, let's see, what's the highest I can go? Third level. So,
Trying to put that power behind it.
yeah, as always. So, and Divine Smite, that's, gotta find it again. So that will be 48.
Okay.
17 radiant.
All right. You watch as you slash into the young red dragon. The whip curls around the dragon's head and slashes as it pulls away. The bone-like fragments all kind of throughout the whip itself, cutting and tearing and lacerating as the dragon's neck is basically slit all around, causing it to bleed out, and the dragon, from almost outright exhaustion, just drops to the ground dead.
Ooh, is it soul time?
Yes, you did get the killing blow on it.
Great, and also because of that, because of the, what's it called, Dark One's Blessing, I gain 9 temporary hit points from it too.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's see. To a CR. Well, yeah, these creatures are within your CR ranking. Alright. So as the soul bar activates, suddenly, you all watch. Though none of you can comprehend it due to your rage, Key being the only one who really actually sees this, watches as the dragon seems to, as it drops to the ground from exhaustion, its body just mangled. For a moment, like a strange light around it starts to erupt and get sucked towards Vormorn, as if the magic itself is being sucked from the creature, and Vormorn's entire body starts to glow slightly for a moment, and then dissipates just as quickly.
Dragon Soul gained. Learn, Foos.
God damn it. Is that the end of your turn, Vormorn?
Yes.
Alright, well that ends that. The biggest dragon is down. The smaller of the two, now being here, having seen the larger, is going to go ahead, and it has its breath weapon. Seeing that Vormorn just killed it, is going to turn and breathe straight on Vormorn. I need a dex save at disadvantage, as it's going to turn immediately on you. It is within 5
Reaction, I take away his disadvantage.
Fuck you. Alright. Vormorn!
I am Clockwork Sorcerer. This is my job.
Alright, Vormorn, you can roll your dex save without disadvantage.
Yeah, let me just double check something on my end when it comes to this. Because my horse is also going to have to make this save, correct?
Yes,
The dragon I can see is within 30 feet of me, correct?
correct.
With doing this? All right. He now has disadvantage, actually.
On what?
On breathing?
I don't know.
Alright, give me a minute. I got this. I've got something for this. I have a dice for this.
Oh.
It would be primarily for aiming that breath weapon because.
Well, I mean, it's usually it's not usually a
It doesn't have to
hit
roll.
thing.
Specifically, this has happened before, many a time, enough times that I have one dice in particular I call the breathing dice.
Oh.
Oh, you don't want to know where it got that nickname.
I was say, please tell me it's just like a coin that you just set on the table and just say succeed. I was really hoping.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, go, Vormorn, you were checking your horse thing?
Yes. I was taking a look at mounted combatant because if my mount is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage, and instead takes no damage, but then again, it's gonna be fire, so it doesn't take any damage anyways from it, even if it does fail.
Okay.
So I'll just be rolling the dex save.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does a 22 save?
It does. Key, pick even or odds.
Odd.
All right. I don't have enough dice to roll for this. Give me a minute. I have to use the online ones. That is 13. All right, one sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Everyone. Okay. So everyone but Durali will need to make a dex save. Otherwise, you will take 71 points of force damage from the dragon imploding. On top of 45 fire damage, which Vormorn, you've already succeeded with your dex, so you're fine. So, Lucius, I need a dex save.
This is why, Caleb, you don't.
You killed the
make
dragon.
disadvantage
No.
against. Hey, look, I know you killed the dragon, but could very well
21.
kill us.
21.
You know, I like how,
All
I
right.
gotta see the team, but I like how basically I'm trying to blind the dragon and he just explodes.
Yeah, so as Key goes to cast his magic, expecting the dispel to go, or the spell to go off to cause it to go with disadvantage, due to what the attack the creature is using, the spell seems to slightly shift. You all watch as the dragon, well, not really understanding as Key being the only one who's in mind right at this point, as the rest of you being in an unbridled rage currently. The dragon.
Should I?
Yes.
Should I done another wisdom saving throw?
Too late. Gotta remember to do it at the end of your turn, otherwise it'll stay on. As the dragon starts to kind of blimp up, as its mouth seems to suddenly slam shut, and it's like seeing the dragon starts to look like it's trying to swallow. The glowing beginning to expand more and more in its throat, and eventually causing the dragon to implode as the force expands its body too much, causing the dragon parts to explode all around you, eviscerating the walls, the blood causing slight burns. Everyone but Key succeeds. So Key, you'll take the full. I don't have a 45 plus 71. Give me a minute. 71. That is 116 points of damage. For those who succeeded, that is only 58 points total for forced and fire.
Can I get the also reduced version
What
of
is
the
it?
fire along with it?
What is
Fire
it without force? Because I'm immune.
So fire would be 45 damage. The force was 71. So if you have resistance to fire, then you're only going to take half of 45. I'll let you do that math on your own. I don't have a calculator.
22.
There you go.
All right, so 22 fire damage to me, and then what was half of the 71?
30.
I just take the 22 fire then, right?
Yes, correct. That is 35.
Okay.
Alright. As the dragon implodes out into the room, Key getting slammed up against the wall of Durali, falling unconscious on the ground. One dragon remains in the room. And that ends that dragon's turn. Durali, you are up as you watch. You are still driven to want to kill this dragon.
I mold earth a little slit up against the wall so there's an opening.
Uh-huh.
And since I'm not moving through said slit, I need a dex save. Because this is... Pull up the spell.
19.
That is a fail. This is Chain Lightning.
Oh, shit.
And you allowed me before to, if there's only one target all three on the one creature.
True. Yes.
So this is gonna hurt. This is 30d8.
I don't think you can... Well, let's see.
It doesn't say you can, but I've asked you before and you
No,
said
I don't
yes.
think you can not kill it with that kind of damage.
It's only 125 lightning damage.
Well, it takes half.
Cat.
It takes half, but somehow that manages to kill it. How would you like to do it as you get the final kill?
Yeah, I want the 3 lightning bolts to converge kind of like a trident and go right through the skull. I want to jam this thing with brain.
As the magic shoots out of the edge of the mold earth that has just been carved out, slamming against the stone, each of the 3 bolts go flying out. And as the last one extends itself out slightly longer with almost like a trident-like piercing, they all 3 go shooting at the dragon right through the body into the heart, causing the dragon to drop almost instantly to the ground. And let's see if it does. Cancel the spell. Give me a minute. Don't worry, it's a roll to everyone. Yes. All right. As the spell suddenly drops, causing you all to stop frothing at the mouth as the dragons drop, and the minor illusion spell suddenly vanishes, as you all see 162,000 GP just lying in a pile in the room.
I want the funky staff.
Sure.
You're not gonna care about Key, who's completely collapsed on the ground in front
I
of you?
literally have no way to heal him.
We can split the gold pieces. I'll go slap Key with a few points of lay on hands. 10
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, not Divine Soul can't heal him, so I don't know what you wanted from me.
And the slap is also because you fucking what did you do to the fucking dragon, you idiot?
It worked.
For a moment, you were there, Key. You saw beaches, your people, your grand god enjoying a feast as he was serving those at his table. Paradise all around you, and then suddenly you find yourself reawakening in pain, hurting, being bruised, cut up, slightly on a fire, and the smell of sulfur and death all around you.
Get back up, you glorified tortoise. Come on, that was foolish what you did.
Okay, 1, yes, I am a tortoise. 2, it worked the last time. Now,
Well,
Can
it
you
looks
kinda help me
like
with
it didn't work out well for you this time. I won't always be around to slap you with some health.
I would like to collect the dragon bits.
Alright, yeah, give me a, let's do survival. Unless you have some sort of toolkit you're proficient in that you want to try and argue, and then you can use your proficiency bonus instead.
No, I'll just do survival.
Okay.
Barman, can you help me up? I'm kind of stuck, giant shell here.
13.
Get up
13,
yourself. You can roll over.
You managed to get a total of 20 young red dragon scales, one fire gland, and a dragon core. Young red dragon core specifically.
Can I examine the dragon core?
Yeah. What are you trying to ascertain from it?
Figure out what it was.
You can give me, so intelligence will give you a general answer. History will give you if you've read about it. Arcana, any magical sense or any magical uses for it. Religion would give you if it's ever been documented religiously. So you gotta choose one, my man.
I'll go Arcana.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It, as you're kind of examining it, seems to have a lot of built up magic in it. And by your guesstimation, you could probably use this as a catalyst of some sort of item or for a very high level spell.
Okay. I will put that and everything else away.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the ring?
The Ring of Mind Shielding?
Yeah. I don't want it personally.
I mean, let's turn what you're lying.
That's what Hawken had that on his last character.
I mean,
Shield you.
the lying bit would make my deception unstoppable. That's really all I would need it for.
I mean, I'm not gonna take it.
I mean, if no one else wants it, I'm only attuned to one item.
Go for
You
it.
can take it.
Okay, alright.
It's a lot of nice
Another ball.
gemstones, too.
Hallway.
I do like the gemstones, so I'll be taking those. But if anyone needs them later, I'll be sure to distribute them.
All right. As you all kind of look about the room, now being emptied and the dragon corpses slowly kind of being cut up and butchered by Lucius, what would you all like to do? As far as doorways go, other than the door that you came through, you have one to your south, one going up to or going west, and then another going to the southeast, which looks to go back to the room you were in previously as you look at the doors.
I'm also going to drink a supreme potion of healing.
Okay.
Well, I was saying, do you want to do that or do you want to rest? Because Key's on 10 health.
That works too.
He's basically dead.
You guys going to take a long rest?
I mean, if we don't, Key's going to get one shot in the next battle.
Doesn't Key have healing spells?
He does have healing spells, but that means less healing. Oh,
That's true.
I mean, that's your call.
It's up to you. If you want to take a break, by all means.
There we go. Much easier.
I'm gonna just start brushing it. So yeah. This will be up to you, Caleb, if we take the breath or not, because I think a lot of us are good.
I will cast a heal on myself.
Okay. As you cast heal, you feel your body start to glow and grow warmer as you relax, and some of your wounds begin to close. Some of the blood fades away. Is not as good as a full night's rest, but it's the best you can get.
I'm going to give a slight prayer to Bannermon for protection.
Okay. What are you gonna say as far as that goes?
Bannermon, the Great, please bless me and my party with protection from all those that would do us harm. For we are not ready for the great feast you have.
Okay. Roll religion.
All right. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. As you all look about, you see there seems to be just with with passive perception on being what it is. You
Hello.
see a secret doorway, very obviously shown of a portion of the wall in the top northern corner of it, opposite where Durali was hiding earlier. That seems to slide upwards, where if you move the torch right next to it slightly askew, as you notice the mechanism connected to each other. You then also see that the other doors, there's a door to just south of it, a little bit by 5 feet, that also goes in the same direction, heading west. A southern door that seems to go further on in a direction you have yet to explore. And then, of course, the two western doors. The second one, you assume, going back to the same room you were in earlier. And, of course, the secondary one, the upper one, being one that you came through. So, in short, to save myself time explaining that 4 more times, because someone's going to ask me,
Just to verify the information, make sure we got it all correctly. Of course.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep. There you go. Make it easy on you.
Secret tunnel.
secret tunnel.
Are you gonna... Is that a yes, you're going for that?
Through the mountain.
Okay.
I'll take that. I'd take that as a yes.
All right. So I assume with Key leading the way, since he's the one who sees the secret switch.
All right.
I walk over and I will activate the switch.
As you do, you all see as Key walks over, turning the torch slightly on the wall, the flame changes from a reddish-orange to a black with a green core that seems to evaporate in the air, causing the entire room to go into almost a slight darkness that immediately fades away. as Key's ability is still active. The wall seems to grind up, dust kind of dropping to the ground. The smell of dust in the air kind of clouding about it. And on the other side simply says as a sign, "Congratulations, you managed to find your death warranty." And a treasure chest right behind it, just sitting there.
Ooh! I found a box.
We found our death warranty, the death insurance.
Oh yeah, death insurance. I want to pop it open.
Oh, just okay. They're only just gonna walk in and just open the thing completely, no issue. All right.
I gotta play the character.
As you go to pop it, walking over to it, kind of looking about, there doesn't seem to be a mechanism that lets you unlock this one. As you see a central lock on it, kind of moving it about, or looking either side, you see there's no buttons or anything that catches your attention. You can give me a perception check an investigation check to see if you can find any mechanism, or the rest. 22. As you look about, you come to the realization that it has to open with a key. It seems there's no other way to open it. There's no trap underneath it. You do confirm that this time. There's no mechanism. It's just sitting on a solid piece of stone. As you kind of mess around with it, clicking or tapping things, moving it with your nails to see if anything like budges or makes any noise. It just seems to be a normal treasure chest.
We don't have a key.
What was that, Key?
Can I cast Thaumaturgy on it?
Yeah. As you do, nothing seems to happen.
Open the door.
I cast it again.
You cast it again. The spell goes off, some sparkling about Key's hands, and then nothing.
How big is the chest?
Let's just wait back in that room.
more starts to back up a bit more. It is about a foot wide. This time about 2 and maybe a half feet tall. Made of a solid wood. As you tap it, it's definitely, you can hear it's hollow. And there's the wood is definitely wood, as you were feeling around earlier with your investigation check.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah. As you pick it up off the ground, it lifts off. It's pretty heavy. Can you lift 300 pounds?
No, but I can drag it.
Actually,
No, I can lift 330. Yep.
Okay, as you go to pick it up, it's excruciatingly heavy. And as you go to pick it up, the entire ground underneath it starts to shake, Durali, causing you to start shaking slightly.
My box.
The shaking.
I guess.
The shaking fades away.
I'm just gonna carry this box with me as we walk now.
Alright. As you start walking around with kind of loftily carrying it.
Alright. Who's leading the way?
Okay. Yeah, who is, and which direction are we going?
Well, I mean, personally, the person who can see the best, but I don't know if we want to put Mr. Squishy up front.
Why you keep saying Mister?
Is Caleb's character a woman?
Yes.
Well, Miss Squishy.
That
Sorry,
sounds so
omit
much
that.
worse.
What do you mean?
Sorry, Miss Frail. I don't know if Miss Frail should be up front.
The froggy hand retracts.
Not the froggy hand.
Careful, one of these times you're gonna say the wrong thing and you're gonna regret it.
I mean, my perception ain't the best. How about you, Mr. Lucius? How about you lead the way with Key?
Lucius seems to stand and
I'll
contemplate.
say I'm gonna take that as a no from Lucius.
No.
On the chest,
Yes.
I would like to examine it a little closer.
As you come over, or as you walk over to Durali, looking down at it, you notice that it suddenly, everyone in the room starts to notice that the emblem on it starts to glow a little bit brighter, and you see that the sigil on the chest is identical to the one on Lucius's armor.
Oh, a chest of Firecrest?
Eat the
What?
your box.
My box.
I try to open it.
How are you going to try?
You have a key on you?
I'm going to put my crest on the crest, if that makes sense.
Okay. As you start to kind of shove your chest forward onto it, you all hear as suddenly clicking and clanking of the chest begins, and the chest opens up and explodes out with, as it kind of expands out, suddenly, Durali, as you're holding it, you start to feel it shake as items start exploding out, and a really long list of items that Discord doesn't like suddenly
Oh, that's a lot.
appears.
4,000 words. All right.
And then at the very end, you see a little note that says, on it has the Zarius clan marking on it. That seems to almost open up on its own on the ground, uncrumpling itself, and suddenly Zarius appears out of it and goes, "At the request of the death insurance of of King Hawken of House Firecrest, after death known as Emperor Hawken of House Firecrest, we reward you a total of, well, an undisclosed amount that I just have a list of items he wanted to give out upon his death. It was confirmed by his associates Sigrun and Teg that these items were to be given to whoever survived upon Hawken's death. Congratulations at the death of your friend. You have made out like bandits. We hope you will do business with us in the future." And the little note starts to burn up and the image dissipates.
Well,
That's-
I think this all belongs to Lucius, personally.
So many bubbles.
Now, this is it. Now, listen, Durali, this is all Lucius's. This is payment for his dead friend.
I'm sorry for your loss, sir.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Hawken was a good man, from what I heard. Saved my life once.
Saved his a few times too.
As it usually goes with traveling companions. Old Ty Karras here saved my skin a few times, and I his. I don't know what I'd do if I'd lose him.
One sec. One sec.
Yeah.
As Key seems to look about. Sorry, Key, go ahead.
No, I just went, eh. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what?
Key, why don't you just go sit there in that corner while the adults figure out what's going on?
Okay, first off, I am an adult again. 45.
Vormorn, as Key starts going on this a little bit of tirade, you suddenly see a little girl with black hair, little brown eyes, and a very simple little dress sitting on Key's shoulder. Just appear.
Detect good and evil.
It is good.
And something giggled and said I knew it, so something knew something.
As you say that, Key, you suddenly notice there's something on your shoulder, and it's 2 feet kicking in the wind.
Oh, hi there, little lady. How are you? What brings you here?
Lucius, as you turn, this little girl looks really familiar. It's not your daughter, but you recognize this little girl for some reason.
Well, hello, friend.
I see where I recognize it from.
Yeah, give me a history check.
Okay. Does it have to do information about Fey Fiend or Undead?
Yes.
Okay. So then I have advantage. My
And-
dice just dove. 1 second.
No worries. And Key, your thing is still active. You sense Celestials, Fiends, and Undead within 30 feet, correct?
The divine intervention, or sorry, channel divinity. It's anything that's hostile
Okay.
to us.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in
17.
mind. 17. So as you start to think about it, you remember one of the kids from the village where your family was located that used to spend time around your house a lot was this little girl. But you are not sure what happened to her because last time you were in the village previously was when you discovered, of course, the death of your family and the city pretty much destroyed. So,
Did you get here?
the giggling intensifies in your head, Key.
She's laughing a lot. A little creepy. You know,
As Key mentions this, the ghost seems to fade away from all of you and vanish.
Is it gone, or is it just an ethereal plane?
You don't see anything, even with true sight.
Well, I can tell you it wasn't evil.
apparently wasn't angry, so. But. Never seen a human child that small. Must have thought of something very funny. Lucius, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward. Guess we choose another door and get on moving.
Can I do another smell check?
Yeah, go ahead and give me another perception check. Let's see if you can notice anything.
$25.
25. You don't smell any more creatures that fall under the Fey Fiend or Undead, and anywhere nearby or about. As far as scent goes, the strong scent of sulfur from the room, from where the dragon's corpses are, seems to be what's intensified. You're not able to pick up anything else as your nose is kind of blocked from that. The odor is very strong in this room.
Well, I don't sense much, so I guess let's move forward.
Alright, lead the way, brother.
So which way are we going?
And forward through the one door.
The one to the south?
Yeah.
Okay. As you head down the hallway, immediately opening the door, you see about 5 feet, another 5 feet in front of you is a door to another room, as well as the hallway seems to take a sharp right, allowing you to continue on if you so choose to ignore this secondary doorway. Where would you like to go? You've either got a door to your left or a hallway to your right to continue down.
Can I... So we can't see anything past the sharp right turn, yeah?
Correct.
Alright, in that case, I will cast, Find Familiar and bring out the pseudo-dragon, who I'm gonna name Beans.
You see out walks this really grizzled looking, somewhat very short, dragonborn-esque looking creature with pink scales, kind of very dark look to one his left eye as the right one seems to have completely cleared out. A large scar across the face. This pseudo dragon looks like it's seen some stuff in its lifespan.
All right, Beans. I need you to take a look around that corner and come right back. If you die, I'll buy you a beer.
You see just the deadpan staring up at Vormort as it turns and, without even a huff or any sort of complaint, starts marching its way down. A few seconds go by as you can see through its eyes, Vormort, I believe, correct?
Yes, because of Pact of the Chain, I can see through it and even talk through it if I want.
You see down the hallway, it seems to be another doorway that, from what you can tell, looks to just be a simple wood door that's somewhat kind of askew, almost opening into the room. And you can hear the sounds of something wet and smacking against things very violently, very fast, but it sounds small. And then as soon as it seems to happen for a second, you just see as your pseudo dragon suddenly has got a different POV as it's pulled up to the ceiling and upside down, and then gone as your eyesight loses, or as you lose sight.
Looks like I owe Beans a beer. Maybe a little bit more. That was kind of weird. All right, folks. There's some kind of weird deal around that corner. Something that pulled up old Beans to the ceiling. So keep an eye up there. That is if we want to go that way. But the wet smacking sound's also behind a door down that hall.
Wet.
Do you not listen when I speak? Like, does it just go through one ear and out the other?
What are we talking about?
You haven't traveled with people very often, have you?
Yeah, for the most part, it's just been me, Ty Cares, and Beans.
Just get used to the strange characters.
Huh.
I would like to head towards the door in front of us.
Okay. As you look at the door to on your left, looking it over, it seems to be a simple wooden door. The planks themselves well designed. The doorknob somewhat really simple, just as an iron knob, no identifiable lock that you can tell.
Going to attempt to open the door.
Okay. And to answer your question, Durali, the assumption is yes, he did. But fair. As you open the door, you look about the room. Again, a pretty simple room, about 20 feet by 20 feet, with what looks to be a bunch of pieces of wood kind of thrown about. A strange black liquid on the floor that seems to bubble and give off a really strong smell of just rot that seems to kind of flow through the middle of the room and then go into another grate on the other side. You do notice a cauldron in one corner that seems to be leaking some similar liquid to this black ooze. Some wood underneath it that's long been extinguished, and a piece of wood where the black ooze is starting to, it has been continuously hitting, has caused to melt, causing the wood to almost disintegrate away from it. There's also a strange mirror in the room, just standing almost directly in the center with elven runes all around the edges of it, in what is basically a marble casing around it. As you kind of look at it, though, from the distance, just looking at the doorway, not being in front of it or, directly looking into it, it looks to not really reflect well, almost as if the mirror's kind of clouded looking. But, yeah.
Speak Elvish. Can I see if I know what it says?
Yeah, it reads, for those who choose to pass without being seen, continue through, beware the Watcher.
Well, it looks like we can go through unseen here.
I think it
But,
means those who wish to travel unseen. I don't know if it means we will travel unseen.
Well, right.
And I'm not exactly the most stealthy folk.
The clopping of the horse kind of really adds to it.
Also, beware of the Seeker.
The Watcher?
Watcher, whatever.
Don't worry.
I met a guy named Seeker once. He was a great crap.
The Seeker? Well, I don't really got a way to sneak by. I mean, I can go off into the ethereal plane. I can misty step, but being quiet, besides that, is not my forte.
I feel like it's very obvious, so I'm not even going to say anything.
I mean, I'm wearing clanking metal armor.
I mean, you have half plate. I mean, you ain't stealthy, but it's better than what I got. I got clinkety clankety train under my clothes.
Hunter, half plate also gives disadvantage on stealth. I'm not.
Does it?
Yes.
I thought half plate. Real? I thought it was
No.
only medium.
No, it's just that half plate's counted. Yeah, it is medium, but it still gives disadvantage on stealth.
That's crazy.
Because I'm not proficient with heavy armor. That's why I'm not wearing full plate.
Would you like scale mail instead?
No, because half plate gives more AC.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, so I don't know if you still want me to go through this way and just within the ethereal plane, but I assume whatever this seeker person is, you say, I don't know if they'll be able to see me, like that larger dragon was able to.
I guess let's go.
Okay. You're going to walk into the room?
Yep.
Alright, as you walk into the room, the odor intensifies, the smell of rot getting stronger. Otherwise, nothing happens. As you look about the room, again, the mirror standing in the center, the items about kind of strewn about. You see around it another door straight in front of you that continues east. Two doors to the south, and then another door to the southeast. However, they all seem to be slammed shut, each of them being made of what looks to be pretty solid wood with no discernible cracks or anything of the sort. However, none of them having locks. Each of them simply with iron knobs on them.
Hey, Key, do you happen to have augury as a spell?
Let me think. And by think, I mean look. I scour the brain.
Uh,
I don't think
by all
anything-
means. Some good old clerical wheel and woe would be very nice about now.
He doesn't have it.
No. I'll check to see if I can even learn it.
You can. It's a cleric spell. You just don't have it.
Well, this could be interesting.
I will say, as you all walk into the room and kind of start looking around, the mirror, as you pass by, you will each notice with your passives that your reflection does not show. However, Key, who has the highest passive perception, it fucking I did not expect anybody to have a fucking 30. Notices a strange black cloud in the mirror that seems to move about and seems to almost follow each of you as you pass by the mirror. And as you kind of pause and stop, Key, for a moment, as you kind of notice this, it suddenly glows with two darker eyes of sorts in the shape, in this dark amalgamation of a shape, almost as if some slime was trying to take form in a humanoid design, but not yet capable. And it's
I'm gonna take a step.
huh?
So I'm gonna take a step in like any direction.
It seems to the eyes seem to somewhat follow you, causing the air around you to get yet again very cold.
Okay. And I'm just gonna stand still, look at the mirror. So there's something in the mirror, guys. Look at the mirror. I point to it.
Yeah.
What about
We're
it?
not in it.
Okay. Do you not see anything else around it, like some black tentacles or a slime or eyeballs? Also, is anyone else cold in here?
None of the rest of you feel the cold. It just seems like a nice, balmy 65 degrees for.
Key, are you suffering from a concussion of when you got knocked back by that dragon implosion?
No, but my mom said I am a very perceptive child. Said it would get me in trouble one day.
You're probably right.
Regardless, I don't think we should be in this room for long.
Well, I assume if we don't take anything, then maybe we should be all right. If there is a creature, as you say, I suppose it could possibly very well be this seeker and/or watcher that Lucius was talking about.
I'm trying to figure out if it just watches us here, or if it moves based on movement. I can't figure it out.
Well, you know what? If there's a mirror in another room, we can definitely see if it's followed us. But besides that, I vote we really don't take nothing.
DM, how many doors are in this room that go forward?
If you're referring to forward as in south,
Or like continuing on or something?
there are 2 doors to the south. There is 2 doors to the west, and of course the door to the east that you came through.
All right, D4 it is. Going from left to right, let's see where Drawley goes. That's a 2.
Okay. So going down the central bottom one, the bottom right, I guess. As you're gonna open the door seems to immediately knob turns, and you walk through. The doorway opens up to the hallway. Still very fine limestone halls and flooring. Still more angels carved with braziers. The fire is down on these braziers, however, noting that they are now a greenish color with a black light, causing a strange dim light throughout the entire area. That almost immediately goes back to normal light as soon as Keys walks near. But the hall continues on for what you can gather is about 40 feet forward, and about halfway down there seems to be another doorway that you can see. Otherwise, at the end of the hallway, it takes a hard right, which you can't see further beyond.
Okay.
Drawley will keep walking to see what happens.
Alright. Is the rest of the party gonna follow this, Curiosity killed the cat?
Yep.
Not closely behind, but sure.
Alright.
I'll let Ticarius be the judge of that.
Okay. Well, that's a terrible idea. Alright, yeah, yes, Keys?
I'll follow, but I'll try and stick near Vormont as I would like to tell him something.
Okay. As you kind of fall to the back, letting Lucius kind of catch up with Drawley first, you two kind of end up at the back with Keys, you being slightly in front of Vormorn.
So I think I might have figured out what killed your beans.
Hmm.
If you notice, sometimes on the roof or on some of the rooms seems to be some metallic looking objects or black dark tentacles.
Frankly, I haven't noticed that, but go on.
You look up
Yeah.
and you suddenly notice there's a lot of them on the roof.
Well, you know what? Now that you say that,
No one ever looks up, so.
Whatever it might be, they apparently, there's something in them that's bright blue. Don't know what it might do, but if it ate your friend, it's probably not a friend.
you know that's normally the case, Key. Thank you for telling me.
As you both
Wait.
kind of looking up at the ceiling, you see suddenly like a thick, almost like kind of like a snake trying to process a very large dinner. A big bulbous ball seems to be moving through one of the black tentacle-like objects that seem to continue down the corridor, going in the same direction you guys are. It seems to kind of follow down, causing the pipe to expand slightly and to have a slightly more blue, luminescent design to it as it continues further down.
You know, my question is that I know I lost sight between my familiar, but is my familiar still alive?
You
Like, it
can go
didn't get-
check.
You know, give it a what?
Beans could be dead right now. He could be getting sucked off as well. He could be anywhere. You just gave up.
Well, because I thought when you said, my vision returned,
Yep,
I thought that means it died.
that's the assumption. Yeah, that's a safe assumption, and that would be your normal experience. Is that the only way that contact be cut is by means of death, or rather being banished back to its plane in a sense.
So that means it. Because for a split second, I was like, my brain immediately went, is Beans up in those pipes? But no, it wouldn't make any sense, because if I got cut, that means Beans would have been dead.
Ramon, how big is Beans?
You literally saw Beans. What do you mean, how
Mhm.
big is Beans?
Like, in height, how tall is he?
I don't know. I never took a tape measure to Beans. Tall
It's-
enough, I guess. I don't really
I mean-
measure people. I'll be
Well-
honest with you.
If it ate Beans, it will probably try and grab another small creature, like Dorali.
I will say at this point, with your passive perception key, you can see there's a cord following Durali on the
Durali?
ground.
Dorali.
As you shout down the hallway, Lucius, give me a dex save as this thing's going to lash out immediately. Let's see.
You think it's magical or is it like a creature?
That's gonna be the question you gotta answer.
24.
24. Alright, you dodge out of the way. Durali, give me a dex saving throw. As you jump to the side, Lucius, you watch as this thick metallic-like cord grabs Durali. Durali, as you hear Lucius jump to the side, slamming against the stone wall. You turn around out of curiosity and then find yourself suddenly wrapped around like a snake or like an anaconda trying to restrict its prey, and feel your magic start to get sucked away.
It's like the shackles from Friday.
Actually, something similar, which is why I was mad at Wolf for taking this from me. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Guiding bolt.
Mine's worse. I will tell you that right now. If you're hoping for something better.
No,
22.
no, it's never
22.
better.
Alright, you, as you start to feel your magic being pulled away from you, you manage to, in a sense, hold on, pushing this item away, or the thing out, pushing it away slightly, causing it to delay. You are grappled and considered prone, though, currently, as the rest of you suddenly see this creature. We'll go with initiative of top to bottom in the VC to save, since this will be a little easier. So going at the top, Durali, as you got your first, we're gonna jump up to Key. So Key, with him about 20 feet in front, with Durali 20 feet in front of you, and currently being grappled by a tentacle that suddenly came out of the wall, what would you like to do? You've got a Lucius somewhat in your way.
I'm gonna move around Lucius,
Okay.
and
How big are you, or how wide are you?
I'm a small size. So
Oh, okay. So yeah, easily. Okay.
Now, if I reach up, would it be within arm's reach?
Yeah. It's not lifting him far off the ground. It's just got him fully grappled.
I am
Cool.
also female.
Sorry, or fully grappled. No, that makes the tentacle so much worse. In this
All right. I'm gonna cast inflict wounds on it.
Okay.
Isn't that a touch?
It is. I would have to reach up and touch it.
Yep. As you grab hold of it, and the spell goes forward, you feel. Give me a con saving throw.
All right. 15.
You feel that spell sucked away and stolen from you. You lose the spell slot and nothing happens. You also all notice as a little bit of blue light suddenly expands in the long tentacled like metallic shape or cord as the spell goes off and it seems to flow into the walls where the cord has shot out from. All right.
So no magic, it seems.
Lucius, seeing this just
Going
happened.
To
Yeah.
try to grab Durali and pull him down.
Okay. It will be your strength versus it.
Okay. That's a 24.
That's a 17. Shit. Yeah, as you grab hold of the creature and pulling it apart, you grab Durali out and pull him away, holding the creature in one hand, or the amalgamation in one hand, and Durali in another. You get your full actions plus movement as far as it goes. Is there anything else you'd like to do? So that's one action.
I am going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Alright.
That is 22 to hit.
Okay. As it hits, go ahead and roll damage.
$14 radiant damage.
You watch as suddenly another blue bulb appears on the creature, and it seems to go in further into the wall and suck away. The spell did nothing.
Gotcha.
All right.
Do I still have a hold of Durali?
Yes. One hand on him, one hand on the creature.
I'm going to.
Her.
I'm going to just try to get Durali down the hallway.
Oh, you're gonna just chuck them?
No, like running with them,
Okay.
getting away from slimy thing.
I mean,
All right.
I want to put for anyone that feels like throwing me. I do weigh 8 pounds.
You will get an attack of opportunity from the creature as you will be dropping your grapple. It's going to try and grapple you, Lucius.
I will use my Channel Divinity Balm of Peace,
Okay.
so I can move up to my speed without provoking opportunity attacks. And when I move within 5 feet of any other creature during this action, I can choose to restore 2d6 hit points to them.
Okay.
So I imagine it's really only Durali and the slime creature.
Mm-hmm.
If Durali needs health, 2d6
Durali's
plus 2.
full health. Durali never
Okay.
got hit.
All right.
Well, then we're just going to move the 40 feet.
Yeah, as you let go, running to the very end of the hallway, the creature seems to take a second long enough to allow for the following turn. Vormorn, you're up. This creature's about
Vormorn?
15 feet down the hall from you, and it seems to be sticking out of the wall about 20 feet in front of you.
Okay, so how much would I have to walk within to be 10-foot reach of a whip?
10 feet forward.
All right, 10 feet forward I go.
All right.
With at least my horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as it starts to walk forward, it neighs as the creature seems to turn toward in your direction.
All right, Ticarius's movement, and I believe Ticarius has a 15-foot range on a bite. So
Okay.
we're gonna do that. So, plus 9 to hit. 18 plus 9, I sure that hits.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
And for the bite, that will be 2d6 and then 3d6 fire. So 2d6 plus 6 for... Whoops. I only rolled one there. So 5 and 6. So 11 plus 6. 17.
Okay, and this is from
Just a
Tycharis?
bite. Yeah, Tycharis, this is just 17 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got to roll the fire damage.
Okay, Tycharis will take... Oh, well, I meant to put that to everyone.
And on top of that, 14 fire damage.
Okay, perfect. So Tycharis will take 25 acid damage as its mouth begins to burn from the creature after biting it, as this blackened liquid seems to spew out. The horse begins to scream and starts rushing, kind of bucking up and down slightly. I need you to give me a dex saving throw.
Yep. Let me also double check with that, because I think I might get advantage to those because of mountain. Let's see.
I would say you would because of mounted combatant.
Yeah, you have advantage on... Wait, that's...
Thanks to
I
dismount.
believe it's... I think it's actually under fighter... Yes, born to the saddle, you have advantage on saving throws made to avoid falling off your mount. Okay.
Yep.
So you said dex?
Yep.
Does a 21 save?
21 does save as you manage to hold your handle onto your horse.
Whoa.
As it continues to screech out and lets go of its bite on the strange object. All right.
Well, that was unexpected there, Tycharis. Guess we won't be doing that anytime soon.
As you look over, you see its teeth where it bit are completely missing.
We'll have to heal you up soon after this. All right, I got you, bro. All right, in that case, I will start, I guess, my actions, and Vorpal whip this son of a gun.
All right, let's see what you got.
All right, and I assume this creature is smaller than huge?
No.
Really? Oh, wow.
I'm assuming it's got a way bigger body in the walls, buddy.
Hey, you know, it's just a good thing to ask.
It's in the wall.
It's in the walls!
I can confirm this creature is a siege creature.
Oh, fuck. Alright, let's see. Then I will bonus action Channel Divinity, my Vow of Enmity, to gain advantage on attack rolls against it for a minute.
Okay.
Alright, and now it's time to Vorpal Whip. Does a 23 hit it?
A 23 does.
Alright. That is 11 damage.
All right. Yes?
Do you want me to just do my other attack before you...
Yep, go ahead.
Alright. Natural 20.
All right. You can go ahead and confirm.
Alright. Natural 20. Confirmed.
1 second.
No shit.
1 second.
Man confirmed on a Vorpal weapon too.
Hold
That's
on.
like, oh my god.
Hold up. All right. Well, that's gonna be two problems actually, because I forgot it's a Vorpal weapon. Oh shit! You guys are in really bad trouble now. Uh-oh. This
Bad
is the
trouble?
one time you didn't want this. You're gonna love what you do, but you're gonna wish you hadn't.
No shot.
Give me a minute, because you can't roll for this because of the fact... Okay. You all feel as the dungeon begins to shake and move.
It's the dungeon!
I knew it.
The walls begin to shift and crack, taking you out of the initiative order. The whole thing seems to start to move suddenly, and you're not sure where it's going. Does anybody have tremor sense? by chance?
Oh,
Okay, well, that answers that question. Alright, suddenly you can feel all around you lot. The entire dungeon starts to move. The rocks start to move about. The stone walls seem to slightly incurve and outcurve and move on their own. Not closing in on themselves in any way. But you can all hear all around you as the sounds of crumbling rock is just surrounding you for miles from sounds of it. It is roaring loud.
I can get us out of here if someone picks a location.
I will say the tentacle upon that, by the way, Vormorn immediately retracts what's left of it as it falls to the piece that you pull off, removes completely. The remaining pulling into the wall and disappearing.
So I guess that didn't crit confirm this whatever creature. This creature did not insta die. Or will it? I don't know. Because that's how crit confirm's supposed to work, right?
Alright, so as Durali shouts out what does everyone you guys are free to do as you wish. There's no initiative here.
I'm moving as fast as I can to get back up to them because I'm not trying to stick around here.
Alright, as you run forward the extra 20 feet to get next to Durali, Vormorn, are you following quickly after them?
Yeah, absolutely. Lucius, you remember your village? Let's go there.
Well, it's not much of a village anymore.
Unless anyone else has any better ideas.
Yeah, where would Durali be most familiar with? Because she has a travel.
The Tabaxilands, her homeland. I mean, the jungles themselves would be the most familiar.
I would say, would I know the capital really well? Or what was the
extremely, because that's the main trade point.
Yeah, we're going.
All right.
I have teleport.
As immediately energy surges all around you, you all feel for a moment as this purple light kind of envelops you. The spell is slow as you feel Durali. Normally, it's almost instantaneous. As for moments, you feel the dungeons starting to move more, as if it's rising up. And then just as suddenly as this feeling hits, you all vanish and teleport and find yourselves standing in this giant pyramid similar to the Chichen Itzu, with four stairs all around it, and a central area that has a central roof that has been completely melted down. What was probably once a glorious large tower mounted on top of this pyramid now looks to be a destroyed and mangled melted piece of stone that fell over. Most of it fallen into the courtyard down below. You lot 50 feet up above the ground, with a massive courtyard all around the pyramid itself. What looks to have once been chairs, tables, all burned to ash and somewhat melted away for those few that got affected. Lucius, you know what this is. You've seen this before. It's obviously Dragonfire. In fact, you were here during the attack at one point, I believe, when you guys ended up in the Tabaxilands, I think, at some point.
Lucius, I think, showed up after, actually.
Was it?
He showed up in the dungeon we were doing.
That's true. Yeah, it was after. Never mind.
The only person that was here, that was left in party, is Sigrun, but Sigrun's not with us.
Sigrun's not with you, yep. So as you all find yourselves what is now in the Capital Palace, in the King's Audience Room, or what was once in the capital of the Tabaxilands, off in the distance. Everyone give me a perception check. This is not Fey, Fiend, or Undead, for reference.
Hearing or smell?
No, just sight-based.
Okay.
25.
I do have a question. I assume even if I did kill this creature, the CR would have been too great for the Soul Stone?
Yes, correct.
All right.
Well, it didn't matter either way, DM. I rolled a nat 20 for a 27.
Okay.
I rolled not
And
good.
Durali got a 10. So Vormorn and Durali, you don't really notice anything as you're kind of looking about now where you are
Actually,
with the panic of what just happened. What's up?
Let me roll for Tycharis.
Okay.
Perception is wisdom, yeah?
Correct.
Yep.
I'll just roll another one on my screen because I also have a +2. Tycharis would have rolled a 14.
Same in this situation, not really noticing as it looks about. But for Kai and for Lucius, in the distance, you see what looks to be a stone dragon in the far off distance, flying in the air with strange looks to the creature. It's draconic in design with the wings and it having 4 legs, but it has a strange head that seems to be very spiked, and not reminiscent of any dragon either of you have ever seen before. as it seems to be flying almost in the opposite direction, vanishing off into the into the sun. What am I trying to say? Into the sunset. There we go. Fuck, man. Wolf and his eye patch thing.
Blindfold.
Yeah, blindfold. And me with sunsets. Yeah, as it flies off in the into the sunset, disappearing further off into the west, you all find yourself in this abandoned city, and that is where we're going to end today's session. We thank you all for watching, and we will see you again at tomorrow's session, hopefully for Monster Monday. Take care, folks. There we go. That wasn't where I was expecting that.